KM Beach Office, beach style, 5522, Saquarema City, Rio de Janeiro State, Federative Unit Brazil. We will make our movement today, quite simple, quite clear. Today is March 12, 2022. It's March. So, we will make our movement today quite simple, quite clear. It's something oriented and, very relevant for the financial activity, the control that we must believe and for share and trust. Because the bank system without the fiduciary element just matter worth nothing. We will consider that if you have violations, for instance, if you take a picture with your Kodak of me and I'm not interested in it, even if it's a playing jiu-jitsu or something like this, and then you pop this thing inside my structure as work or private living to force the situation, you may be impacting others' interests. And sometimes this for the bank system is the kind of thing that put the bank down, and the bank must continue. The bank system will continue. It is quite simple. At least since August 2021, we are having a procedure, and this procedure is, closed, but have the monitoring procedure on present time 2022. Here is August. Here is the present time 2022 is March. And let's suppose that I'm trying to have my expectation and it's flowing by the most proper control and security as a bound, which is a conditional flow inside a causal document that allowed us to get the notion as causality. And the origination as a compensation entirely legal. And considering interest on it as a moral entity, they kind of have legitimacy to play the role at the show. And it's go like this. Then we will check that I can operate in Brazil, but Brazil has a lot of problems. And I'd like, to have the segmentation of the top-down corruption by specific types of stimulus. In general setting, a collinear argument going as covariance, kind of if you clap your fingers, everybody make a jump or something like this. Then we'll check that we can do this, but we need sometimes money to have a budget as 33 trillion. And they can't operate in Brazil or only in Brazil. I consider Europe. They have a department, for instance, on it. Considering some specific heads, 3, well, maybe more, that are acting and have decision about investment, ranking the priorities that these must be in charge and having the urbanism be of the West from Europe and having in some way the South America. To operate things on Europe, you must have a bank. It suggested an Italian bank which has a name, and it's about something with the intensity that the moment at the heat claims. And the Intensa, São Paulo, has a CEO and a branch in Brazil. And in Brazil, we have a corporate bank named Bradesco and fully corporate. And maybe we can have an approach, to operate things on Europe by the Italian bank, in Brazil with the Brazilian bank, observing that this bank has a branch. And we have now 2 banks as department plus a situation here. If I receive my money, for instance, I will put my money inside the bank, Brazilian bank, and I can have, for instance, a connection with the Intensa branch Brazil, and two both can transfer information and resources, having kind of a circle of wealth to the Italy. We have Italy, we have Brazil, we have Italy and Brazil. And we are operating with the spread, for instance, and having gains all legal, entirely legal. The Italian bank will offer information for sure, open data clearly, at least about this with the Interpol, the OECD, the FBI, plus the NATO. And they spread as gains. We will kind of set a situation named pool. The pool, financial pool, indeed is a swimming pool that will be filled little by little, considering the volume of money that we operate. The paper is 33 trillion. 1% of first trillion, 50-50 with the financial service America. You must have a bank in America, maybe the Citibank or the Bank of America. And they will invite them to be in Brazil. In the same way, by the association with a sports entity. It has problems violation in the same way, plus the Citibank that indeed is here. So then we will fill this pool, which has an association as three peers or driver inside. They did. And then we will kind of operate the spread in a dynamic way as exponential behavior using this first pool. And don't touch my money at the bank or the gains at the banks. See, by this amount of money. Then we will have by this spread a second pool. And we have the three drivers, and the main driver with information as capacity to be on Europe and Brazil will offer information in the same way to the law enforcement. And guess what? Now here we will offer chairs at this situation as an association or something like this to people that would like to have gains by law, according to the law or legal. Considering one of those drivers with domain of circumstances financial organization from the spread, which is the amount of money after have the operation with the entire thing on the bank. The most relevant thing is that this period we have violations, right? At this period here, we have a relation on City Saquarema 5502122. Before, we had violation on Rio de Janeiro, and maybe having the complaint since from the very beginning. We have, guess what, the FBI. They can have the comparative measurement of information on Rio de Janeiro up to this moment by the integrated fail plus Saquarema, how this is impacting the bank organization or something like this, because the Intensa is complaining about fraud and risks, things like this in Brazil. We finish here, it's a pool organization as financial model. Any question? No. Questions with the FBI. Have a nice night.